What would winning mean to you?
Are you kidding me? First of all, winning at any age is incredible.
Yeah, and your age is?
How old are you? 80.
What?
You're 80? I'm 80.
Oh my God. If I believe that I'm disabled, I would wither up. I would be shy. I would be insecure. I would be afraid. I would act like I need your help. And the rest of humanity would be okay with that. But I choose something else. I choose to be strong. I choose to be a leader. I choose to have words to move this planet. I'll tell you why I was born. And I hope it inspires you to find out why you were born. I was born to rid this world of insecurity.
Muhammad Ali worked his butt off. And I remember that there was a sports writer that was there in the gym when he was working out and he was doing sit-ups. And they asked him, how many sit-ups do you do? And he said, I don't start counting until it hurts. He doesn't start counting his sit-ups until he feels pain. That's when he starts counting. That is working hard.
Are you a billionaire yet, bro? Let's be honest. You're gonna be YouTube's first billionaire. Yeah. Is it happened?
No. If I was, it'd obviously be paper. Like if we do one of these companies like Beast Burger stuff, because like actual cash, I'm probably the poorest person in this room. If I make $3-4 million a month, I just spend it on videos the next month. We literally like have razor thin margins and just reinvest it all.
No, you're spending $4 million on a YouTube video.
Well, $4 million a month on video.
My uncle always told me something early in my life, which stuck with me, which is that while you're on the journey, you have to disconnect from the end goal. You know, because if you're just focused on some end goal, then you might get there, but it'll be hard to progress past that because you're so focused on that one destination that it's like, you know, you maybe forget everything in between, and maybe you could have done more in between. He always told me, like, just be here right now, live right now, and do the best you can right now. Don't worry about what that end goal is. It's great to have goals, it's great to have dreams, but it's just like you get too attached to it, and sometimes it can be a self-destructive thing.
You know, I just feel everybody's situation is unique. I feel everybody's situation is different. You know, but most definitely you gotta think of tomorrow, you know, and not just today. So the decisions you make, you should most definitely consider, you know, long term. And I think that's the difference. You know, let's not be so short term on everything now. Let's be patient, you know, on a lot of different things, and most definitely investing is one of them.
See, you have to keep going, because you just don't know when God is going to flip the switch. And he can't tell you when he's going to flip the switch, because it would destroy the one thing that he requires from you, faith.
The problem is we don't teach people how to lead, right? When you're very, very junior, we give people tons of training how to do their jobs. Some people get advanced degrees how to do their jobs so that they'll be good at them. And if you're really good at your job, we'll promote you. And eventually you get promoted to a position where you're now responsible for the people who do the job you used to do, and we don't teach you how to do that. So how can we expect people to be good at their jobs if we don't train them how to do it? Like, would you go see a doctor that didn't go to medical school? No. So why would we work for a leader who has no training in being a leader? That's why we get managers. That's why we get micromanagers. That's why we get toxicity. It's not because they're bad people. It's because they don't know what they're doing. And they're making it up as they go along.
People in the world that are focused and like I wake up in the morning with a purpose. This is what I'm doing. You can feel that energy, or you can feel it because it's a kindred spirit. So those are the people that I tend to work with a lot. And if you don't have that, I can sense it. Right. But we're also very disciplined. If you're a person that's very distracted, hanging around the wrong crowd, not having that sense of purpose, we don't want to be around it. We don't want to be around it.
Put yourself in a position where you're going to thrive, not where it's going to be comfortable, right? Number two is, most immigrants will come here and they'll think blue collar. How am I going to trade time for dollars? And so job number one, job number two, job number three, get minimum sleep. My argument is, how quickly can you think up a service, a product, a business model that you can deploy in exchange for money, right? How can you leverage yourself?
In Manchester now is Manchester City. They have more money to spend on big players. Is it possible that one day, if they gave you the right offer, you could play for them, all out of respect for United?
You think the money gonna change my mind now with 13 years old? I don't think so. I think this is not gonna be the problem. Because if you will speak about the money, I will go to Qatar. Maybe probably they have more money than Manchester City, but it's not about the money, it's about the passion.
friendly reminder. Worrying does not take away tomorrow's troubles. It takes away today's peace.
If you had a teenage son, what would be the one piece of advice you'd give him to break through the matrix and achieve success in life, whatever that is for him?
I'm actually genuinely worried about my children because I grew up so broke and they're going to be so fucking rich.
It is a worry, isn't it?
It's a worry. As for my teenage son, I'm gonna try very hard to. He's gonna have problems he needs to solve. And I think if you're a young man, even if you're not my child, if you're just any man who's out there in the world today, you need to look at some problems that need solving, either for yourself or for society, and find a way to fix them. And I think that you should just adopt some problems and try and fix them.
If people are not listening to you, stop talking to them. And that is the best piece of advice that I can give you. And what happens is that if you stop talking to people who aren't listening to you and start watching them instead, they will tell you what they're up to. But so if you have things to say them, but you find people that will listen, talk to them. The ones who aren't listening, pull back. Because you're devaluing what you have to say by offering it to an audience that does nothing but reject it. And that's a good guideline to life in general.
We rip out so much of ourselves to be cured of things faster that we go bankrupt by the age of 30 and have less to offer each time we start with someone new. But to make yourself feel nothing so as not to feel anything. What a waste.
What about the pot?
I do not smoke pot. As anyone who watched that podcast could tell, I have no idea how to smoke pot. Or anything. I don't know how to smoke anything, honestly.
Here are some of the words written about you.
Yeah, sure.
Not the whole
There's
time.
a lot of
just
words.
over this summer. Erratic, unstable, reckless, operatic.
Operatic? It's not bad, actually. I kind of like that one. I'm just being me. I mean, I was certainly under insane stress and crazy hours, but the system would have failed if I was truly erratic.
Being self-promotional and putting yourself out there's so many people that have opinions about me. As long as the people that actually know me have the opinions they have versus the people that have never met me but they heard me say fuck on stage, like as long as I'm good with the people that actually can look under the hood, then I'll always win. So if you feel good about who you actually are, you need to get loud, and if you don't, fix your shit.
The comfort zone is dangerous. When you're comfortable, you are at most danger. The comfort zone is somewhere you should never feel comfortable. You should be happy and dissatisfied. Anybody ever tell you, hey, look, you know what? Just be satisfied with what you got. Don't believe them. Get them away from you. You should never be satisfied with what you got. Because the attempt to get more makes you into something better.
There's no need even to have a college degree at all, or even high school. If somebody graduated from a great university, that may be an indication that they will be capable of great things, but it's not necessarily the case. If you look at, say, people like Bill Gates or Larry Ellison, Steve Jobs, these guys didn't graduate from college. But if you had a chance to hire them, of course, that would be a good idea. Looking just for evidence of exceptional ability, and if there's a track record of exceptional achievement, then it's likely that that will continue into the future.
Now, I'm not saying money buys happiness. That's not true. It doesn't. I've been rich and miserable, okay? But a lack of money is a passport to fucking misery. I played it both ways. I've been rich. I've been poor. I'll choose rich every fucking time and never look back. I still have problems being rich, okay? But being poor, it's fucking, it's compounded by all the shit that comes from not being able to afford the basic necessities.
My first big investment, I want to say it was Google. So one day I'm sitting playing at the Beverly Hills Hotel and I hear these two gentlemen talking about Google search engines, and one day your phone's gonna be this and you type anything and it comes up, and I was like, say that again? I would like to invest in this. My guy hooked it up and we invested, and then I forgot all about it. And then I read the article, and everybody else read the article about the big hit that some of the early investors we see.
Cash is oxygen. I'm blown away by all these people that are starting businesses that don't realize that money is important. Like they think about all these things. They're trying to think about 4 years from now and they haven't made their first check. Just complete lack of practicality when thinking about a business. Number 2, strengths. Are you a salesman? Are you the accountant? Do you have financial strength? Do you have sales strength? Are you operationally? Are you good at HR? Whatever you're best at, do that. Surround yourself with the other 3 or 4 pillars that need to have a business.